Hey everyone, James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 17 back-to-back battles for you guys and girls out there. Today, we are still using our Lapras team with Marowak, Salamence, Muk, Tapu, Bulu, Silvally, and of course Lapras. Now, there was no video yesterday because I scheduled my recording on maintenance because I thought yesterday, which was Monday, I thought it was a Sunday, so that's my bad, guys. Sorry about no video. Maybe I'll try to make it up when I get some more time to record, but I'm still pretty busy lately, so yeah, especially since I have a mid-season showdown coming up this weekend. So, trying to practice as hard as I can. We're going to go against this opponent with the Tapu, Koko, Arcanine, Vanillux, Garchomp, Absol, and Golisopod. At least I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. Ooh, very interesting team. Other than the Golisopod and the Tapu Koko, he doesn't really have much for my Lapras. Salamence can be pretty strong. Silvally could be pretty strong as well. I think I'll leave Salamence Lapras. I think that's a pretty safe lead. Helps against Intimidate. I'll go Marowak, and I kind of want Muk as my last mon. Yeah, I'll go Muk. The reason I want to bring Muk is because knockoff could be very nice against my opponent's team. I don't know what really Absol can really do. I know it gets priority Sucker Punch, which is pretty nice in this meta. There's always the Super Luck ability. I think it gets Inner Focus, but don't correct me, because I'm not exactly sure about that. The only set I've really seen is Mega Absol, and there really isn't a Mega Absol option for my opponent. So we're going to see the Tapu Koko Garchomp as the lead, as I will lead my Salamence and Lapras. This looks pretty strong for me. So what's nice about this lead is we get the Intimidate off on the Garchomp, which is really helpful for my Marowak. The problem is he can go for a Dazzling Gleam Dragon Claw. I think that's the safest play. He doesn't want to lose Garchomp, which is also another potential. Could also go for the Tectonic Rage Discharge. I think we would be able to take that though. So what I think I want to do, I mean, he could switch out, but I don't really see him having a safe switch other than Vanillux, is Freeze Dry the Garchomp slot and switch out into Marowak. Unless my opponent goes for an Earthquake or a Tectonic Rage, we should be pretty safe this turn. And if he switches out into Vanillux, Marowak gets into a very nice position here, not threatened by the Vanillux or the Tapu Koko, unless Vanillux gets something from Marowak that I'm not certain of. So Salamence is going to switch out, so most likely we're not going to see a switcher from my opponent. Maybe Protect from Garchomp and the Dazzling Gleam. We're actually just going to see the Discharge come out, which makes sense. Lightning Rod, going to activate with Marowak, and he is going to get this Discharge off. Let's see how much it will do. Oh, is that crit? That's not a crit, wow. Gets the Rock Slide off. That specs Tapu Koko. Please don't flinch, Lapras. I think that's game. Ah, very unfortunate. Yeah, I can't do anything about that. That really stings. I should have let Silvally then, if I didn't want to get flinch. I was not expecting Rock Slide, so maybe it was the Assault Vest variant. I will Freeze Dry and I will Bonemerang. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Let's see what he goes for. Gonna withdraw Tapu Koko, so I'm guessing Arcanine, yeah. Wait, that means you can't Earthquake. Are you going to go for another Rock Slide? I could see a Rock Slide here. Maybe a Tectonic Rage. It's just going to be another Rock Slide. Unfortunately, we can't miss to make up for that flinch earlier, and I'm betting Marowak will flinch. Yep, Lapras will faint. I called that one right. We'll go out into Salamence here. Not much I can really do, people. We'll get this Intimidate off onto Garchomp, and basically now, I still don't think I have a good shot of winning, but I guess what I could do is maybe anticipate his Garchomp to randomly want to switch out to Tapu Koko to reset its stats. So I'll try subbing and trying to switch into a cheeky Draco Meteor, so I'll Bonemerang and sub. I mean, I'm pretty sure I lost anyway, but if I want to come back, I think that is my best way to try and come back, because if we got a free switch into Tapu Koko and got a Snarl off, I think it was game over for me anyway. So I feel like this is the best chance for me if I want even a shot of winning. Very unfortunate that that Rock Slide flinched. I mean, even if it didn't knock out, at least the damage would have put it in the Marowak KO range from like Shadow Bone or Bonemerang. Also, a Flamethrower from Salamence could have caught the switch. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. We're just going to see the Protect from Arcanine. So, are we going to see a Rock Slide again? Or are we... Huh? Salamence is faster than the Garchomp. Not what I was expecting. We're going to see the Tectonic Rage come out from the Garchomp. That looks like Adamant Garchomp? Question mark. That's a very interesting option for my opponent. So we're going to see the Tectonic Rage on Marowak, but that's fine. I mean, it should knock out at -2 anyway, but the fact he wasted his Z move means he can't knock out Muk in one hit. Okay. I'll go on to Muk now. Adamant Garchomp, that's interesting. Very interesting. Muk comes out. I guess now I'll try to make him... I don't know. I'm just going to Devastating Drake the Arcanine and Poison Jab the Garchomp in case the Tapu Koko wants to come out. I wouldn't be surprised if he wanted to withdraw a Garchomp now, because it is his best way to handle Muk in my opinion. I don't know. Adamant Garchomp though, if I knew that, I could have just went for the Devastating Drake first turn, but the problem was his Garchomp could have protected. Also, the fact that Tapu Koko was pretty annoying because of Specs Dazzling Gleam when it KO'd Salamence, so I didn't want that. And I was pretty sure I'd be able to live Discharge plus Tectonic Rage from the Garchomp. Now I'm not exactly so sure. We're going to see the Garchomp switch out though into Tapu Koko, so I did call that one right. My Muk is not Intimidate, and if we knock out this Arcanine with the Devastating Drake, we could be back into this game. So I'm going to try, if we get a crit, that would really be helpful. If we got a crit, I think this game is maybe potentially winnable, or it just knocks out and it's a more frail Arcanine. So Devastating Drake will connect with the Arcanine. Again, I think I had to make this read because I can't get my Muk burn. Woo! It's a crit. Hey! So I don't know if that mattered. It depends on the Arcanine spread. We will get the Poison Jab onto Tapu Koko. Can this pick up the knockout? Ooh! Oh! The poison! Lady Luck is shining. Lady Luck is shining. Thank you, Lady Luck. Tapu Koko goes down, and now we're back at 2-2 advantage. We learned our Salamence is faster than the Garchomp. Unless it's the Speed Tide, which I'm really hoping it's not. We'll see what my opponent has in the back, though. It's got to be Garchomp, and the last Pokemon I'm not exactly so sure of. Vanillux would be a bit of an annoying Pokemon to deal with, not gonna lie. If it's Vanillux, it could be an issue. Well, I don't think, if it's Scarf Vanillux, like most of them are, I don't think it's that much of an issue. Because what I'll do is just Draco Meteor to Garchomp and knock off the Vanillux. So, it depends on what my opponent decides to bring in. Ah, man. Basically, I knew that he could have got the free switch into Tapu Koko. I could not let him do that. -2 Garchomp was a threat on the field anyway. And it is Vanillux, so we have a chance. Vanillux's Snow Warning is going to activate. You know, which is understandable. We will just go for the... I kind of want to double protect the Scout for the Garchomp's protect, but I feel like the best play no matter what is to knock off Poison Jab. Because if he reads my double protect... my protects and attacks with Garchomp, he can protect next turn. Well, I guess no matter what, we're in the same position, aren't we? But if he has like sub or anything, I can't let him get back into the game. I'll knock off the Vanillux and go for the yeah, we're gonna see Garchomp protect, so I should have capitalized off that and protected. If he freezes me, we're in trouble. But it's not Scarf Vanillux, which is very, very interesting. Blizzard's gonna come out. Wow, that doesn't do much to Muk at all. Is that crit? No, that's not crit on Muk. That's gotta be crit on the Salamence slot. Knockoff is gonna come out. Good amount of damage. Weaky Berry. Vanillux. Interesting. Now it's a question of, does Garchomp go for the double protect or not? Because that's basically what decides this game. I could Flamethrower to Vanillux, but if he protects Earthquake, that's a problem. Well, if he protects Earthquake, I get the knockout on Garchomp anyway. Maybe I should just protect Salamence and Poison Jab. Yeah, I'm just gonna Poison Jab, protect. Because I think Garchomp has to go for a double protect. Vanillux cannot beat my Muk. Unless the freeze, of course. But I feel like you have to double protect. So we're gonna get the protect off with Salamence. Let's see if he protects. Or if he goes for the Earthquake. No, just a Rock Slide. Alright. Which I'm surprised, because Dragon Claw would knock me out at that range. And then he would have a single target Blizzard. So we're going to heal with our Figy Berry. As Blizzard is going to come out from this Vanillux. Please don't freeze or flinch. I mean, I think a flinch would be fine. But a freeze isn't fine. I was just asking for that, though. Well, then again, even if I Draco Meteor the Garchomp and knock it out, right? Like, that doesn't help my position because I would still have been frozen by the Blizzard most likely. But I guess Pokemon decided I didn't make the best play to capitalize off and decided to freeze me. To be honest, that's kind of how I feel like what happens to me every time. I'll go for a Flamethrower. Actually, I think I have to hope for no Protect on Garchomp. Yeah, I'll Draco Meteor and Poison Jab. I have to hope that he doesn't protect Garchomp. I don't think you have a reason to protect Garchomp. Unless you're really scared about Muk unfalling. Especially since I could Flamethrower to Vanillux. Yeah, I didn't think you would protect there. So we get this Draco Meteor off and it will connect with the Garchomp. Garchomp will be going down. There's a lot of RNG in this game. Man. Garchomp goes down. Blizzard does connect. If we could get the Poison Jab off. I was just about to say, did we live with Salamence? And I was like, no way. Unfortunately, Muk stays frozen, and that will be good game. So a lot of unfortunate luck, I think, on both sides. But it again, the crit might not have mattered on the Arcanine. It might have been offensive. Also, the fact that, well, the Poison Jab was huge, but Poison Jab poisons what, 20 or 30% chance? Blizzard's 10% chance. I guess I would have been accepted getting flinch there because I could have still won. But that freeze kind of hurt me. I guess I should have Flamethrowed Vanillux, but I didn't expect him to go for Rock Slide in that position. I really think that just Dragon Claw was safe because he would get the knockout on Salamence. And let's say I went for the Flamethrower into Vanillux that turn and he went for Rock Slide, right? Rock Slide was not knocking out my Salamence at that range. At least I don't think, even with the hail damage. Well, it's a neutral Rock Slide, so... And he's adamant, so maybe it would have. Okay. That was a big mistake. And also the fact I tried to anticipate the double protect. And I should have capitalized not losing myself the first turn. Yeah. Okay. So I could have played better. So I'm not going to say that I lost to RNG. I will definitely just try to improve myself. Actually, did we just have Battle Royale? Well, we're going to have it again. The Hive Mind 6087 from New Jersey will be our second opponent of the day, bringing the team of Gyarados, Porygon2, Raichu, Arcanine, Tapu, Koko, and Gigalith. Oh, man, I feel like I auto-lose. Well, I don't auto-lose because I have Tapu Bulu. Because this team really struggles against rock types. I think I've already proved that. We have 3 rock weaknesses. So how do I want to handle this? Would have been... Well, I do have an electric type move, but that's a volley and this choice scarf. I don't think it's the best call. But would he really lead Raichu, Tapu, Koko? I don't know if he would lead that. I actually don't know if he would lead that though. So I think Savali could be decent, but I don't think it's like necessary. I do have Gyarados with the freeze dry. Yeah, I don't think it's worth. I'm gonna lead Muk, Lapras, I think. Is that the best call? I kind of want the Salamence just so I could outspeed and destroy Arcanine in case. Or is Lapras not the right call? I think Lapras is a decent call though. Do I sack Intimidate or do I sacrifice a good counter to Gyarados? I think I'll bring Lapras. I want Tapu Bulu for that Gigalith specifically, and I'll have the Marowak in the back. Oh boy, this should be an interesting game. It depends on what he leads. He has options. He's got Porygon2 as an option. He's got Fake Out from the Raichu. Like Fake Out Dragonite is a potential possibility for my opponent. And I can't double protect obviously because of the threat of Encore. Porygon2 and Arcanine will lead the field. That's very interesting against my Muk Lapras lead. Now, I don't know what my opponent would want to do. We could see a Will-O-Wisp straight off the bat. We could also see a Snarl. We're going to see the Download Rise, which is going to be attack, which is fine. I think we would see Will-O-Wisp, Snarl. We could see Flare Blitz, I guess, but Flare Blitz would just make him lose his Arcanine. Maybe that's what he wants. Get the chip damage on Muk and bring out Gigalith. And also another potential play for my opponent is switch out Arcanine into Gigalith and go for Trick Room. I don't want that because I feel like the Gigalith option would be the worst thing to happen to me. So I'll go for the Taunt into Porygon2. And I'll just click Brine into the Arcanine. I think it's a safe play no matter what. So we'll see what my opponent decides to do. Arcanine's a very interesting Pokemon. It means I don't know what he has in the back. But we're going to see that Flare Blitz come out, which is perfect. Because we should be able to live at least one. Yeah. Pretty nicely, actually. So it's not Choice Banded. That's definitely not Choice Banded damage. I don't think that's Life Orb damage either. I think that might be Adamant some investment. Yeah. We're going to see the Brine come out from my Lapras. And that should be able to nearly pick up the knockout. Yep. And we will get the Taunt off into Porygon2. Let's see if we see a Trick Room or not. Or maybe just an attack. We are going to see the Trick Room. Perfect. And that's basically what I want to deny him of. Maybe trying, again, probably trying to hope that Arcanine gets the KO. Because people run Hydro Pump. I don't run Hydro Pump on my Lapras because I don't want to miss. I will not go for 80% accurate moves if I don't need to. So I'll go for the knockoff into Porygon2 because I do want to get rid of that Violet. If he wants to go for Flare Blitz, he knocks himself out to recoil. So maybe I want to switch out into Tapu Bulu? No, but I don't want him to Flare Blitz my Lapras, getting chip damage. I'll just freeze dry that slot, I think. Yeah. We're going to see Porygon2 actually withdraw. And go out into the Gigalith, which makes sense. This is probably the Rock'em Z Gigalith, so we're probably not going to be able to knock off an item. And we're going to see the Wild Charge come out. Tapu Bulu would have been the call. But that's fine, though, because he does knock himself out. I guess Brine would have been the better call in this case, but I don't want it to be like Weakness Policy. Weakness Policy would be pretty bad. We're going to get the Freeze Dry off into the Gigalith, which is going to do a alright amount, as knockoff will come out onto the Gigalith. That's Rock'em Z. Oh, Assault Vest, actually. So that's great, because we don't have to worry about switching into a Rock'em Z Continental Crush into my Tapu Bulu. I think Tapu Bulu is a pretty safe switch-in for me. Raichu going to be out on the field. That's an... Okay, that's Psychium Z. Lapras doesn't serve much of a role in the rest of this game. In my opinion, at least. So, I think I'll just let Lapras go down, and I'll just protect Muk. Yeah. Sandstorm would break any Sash. I don't need any more chip damage on the Gigalith, though. I'll just go for the Brine into the... Well, I don't need damage on the Raichu either. Ooh, what do I want to do? Maybe I'll just Sheer Cold the Gigalith. Just for the fun of it, because oh, we're gonna see the Gigalith actually withdraw into Porygon2. Okay. So if we hit the sheer code, that would be hilarious, but I don't think we are. Like, I didn't need any damage, which is why I decided to go for this play. As we're going to protect ourselves. The Fake Out's going to come out into Muck, and the sheer code. Porygon2 avoids the attack. I mean, that's to be expected. Again, I didn't need damage on the Porygon2, especially the mediocre damage. So, and onto the Gigalith as well. So, what I thought was, okay, if I hit sheer code and I miss, no big deal. I already got the damage on Gigalith I need for Tapu Bulu. And if I do hit, great, I get a knockout. So, I don't know if he has Encore or not, but I'll just double up on the Porygon2 with a sheer code and Taunt. We're going to see Stoked Spark Surfer? That's an interesting one. I don't think this knocks out Muk though. Muk is very specially defensive, and Raichu's not exactly the heaviest hitting Pokemon. Stoked Spark Surfer. And that should target down Muk. It's so slow on the normal 3DS though. Yeah, Muk easily able to hang on, but it will get paralyzed, which is a bit unfortunate for me. But luckily he doesn't have the Psychium Z move. Sheer code, Porygon2 avoids attack, but we get the Taunt off, which is pretty much all I need. Yep, he can't use Trick Room after the Taunt, which is excellent. Also, we learned that the Gigalith doesn't have Protect, so that could be very nice. I think you would just Thunderbolt the Lapras and go for an Ice Beam into Muk, or you might want to switch out Porygon2, but I don't think you really have a reason to. I'll go on to Marowak here, because I don't think you Psychic the Muk. And again, maybe going for Freeze Dry now would be a good play. Yeah, I think going for Freeze Dry might be the better play here. Or Brine. I'll go for the Freeze Dry, because it also has the chance to freeze, and it does more damage than Brine. But again, the reason why I was keep going for sheer cold is I don't need the chip damage. Because one, I have the Wood Hammer. And also the fact I was thinking that I could knock out the Porygon2 anyway. So Tapu Bulu had a 100% easy win streak. But we're actually going to see the Porygon withdraw into Gigalith. Again, that's not bad for me at all. So we'll withdraw, go on into Marowak. And yeah, we're just going to see the Thunderbolt. So a Brine into Gigalith would have been a really good play. Actually, I should have probably considered Brine by how my opponent was playing. That actually does a lot. I don't know if we'll live a Psychic though, that's the question. To be honest, I would expect the Gigalith to switch out here. Well, what's the worst case if he stays in? He gets the KO on Lapras, but then what? He can't protect the Gigalith. You know what? I'm going to Shadow Bone Brine. I don't need my Marowak to win the game. Psychic might be able to knock out my Lapras, but I am kind of expecting either Gigalith to switch out to preserve it. We're going to see the Protect come out from Raichu, actually. So if Brine is able to pick up the knockout, I think we just win. Yeah, Brine's just able to pick up the knockout on Gigalith. I was kind of expecting the Porygon2 to come in. Also, it's interesting to see Protect on Raichu. We usually see the Encore set as the most common one. It Sandstorm subsides. Excellent. And then we'll see Porygon2. Yep. And honestly, I could care less if he wants to go for Trick Room. Special attack rises though, which, you know, could hurt. I will just go for the Shadow Bone to Raichu, and I will go for my Sheer Code. Because again, chip damage on Porygon2 doesn't matter when it can recover. I need to get a knockoff before I want to just go for a save damage. Gonna go for a double protect, does fail. We get the Sheer Code, and it finally connects with the Porygon2, and that actually, Lapras, that's why we run Sheer Code, people. It's for those annoying Pokemon, and if you don't need like the chip damage, it's just a good move because, okay, you miss it, fine, I didn't need the chip damage anyway. Or if you hit it, hey, I get rid of a Pokemon. That's kind of the mindset for Sheer Code in VGC. Like Fisher, it's kind of viable in this format since a lot of Pokemon are pretty bulky in this format and just don't do much damage. Kind of like Gastrodon, kind of like Porygon2, where they don't really offer much offensive presence unless they're hitting super effective targets, but otherwise they don't do much on the field. Maybe go for Toxic, Trick Room, just keep recovering, stuff like that. But they aren't able to do much. However, they are able to sponge up your hits pretty well. So having that one-hit KO move just gives you a 100% chance to win instead of a 0% chance if you're like in a 1v1 situation. But I think that will be it, since this video is a bit long, and I think if I did a third battle, it would probably go to a 40-minute mark, which I kind of don't want. So I hope everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC Back-to-Back Battles. If you guys want to try out the team, down below in the description there's a pay spin. Also, you guys can and girls can also check out the playlist down below if you have missed any previous episodes of VGC 17 Back-to-Back Battles. You can check out stuff like my social medias. If you guys want to support the channel, there's always Patreon. I just added new rewards. I'm not sure if I said this, but I did add a bunch of new rewards to each tier list. So if you guys want to check that out, definitely go check it out. You guys can also check out my Twitter and Twitch. I have a mid-season showdown coming up. Twitter, check it out. See what I got, what placement I'm going to get. And there's also, I don't think they're streaming the mid-season anymore, which is a bit unfortunate. I believe Clash Tournaments isn't able to make it out anymore. So I don't know if we're actually having a stream or not, but I will keep you guys updated. So follow me on Twitter if you want that information. Otherwise, I'll see you people around in another video.